I just got back from the gym and I had to rush down here to film this because I was at the gym and I was reflecting, as I usually do, and just thinking about the future, what I want from the future, what my goals are and such, right? I'm constantly just thinking about it. And I thought about people not chasing the exact goals they want, right? They seek what's comfortable, what pays the bills, and what'll get them through the rest of their life, what they can deal with, you know. Um, and I understand. So I'm going to start this whole conversation by I understand there's situations where people have to find that comfortable job because they're not in a situation to fully pursue their dreams. Like my grandfather, for example, he really wanted to be a doctor. He was a really, really, really smart man. And when he was 16, his father died, and he was the oldest of, I think, 5 or 6 kids. And so he had to get a job and start helping with the bills with his mom. So he had to just find what paid the bills and what he could deal with, and just, he had to sacrifice his future so he could help raise his siblings financially. So now I understand that there's situations where uh, people don't have the privilege to pursue their goals. Now that leads me into the topic. I think it is a huge slap in the face to people like my grandfather that didn't have the privilege to pursue their goals. When people that have a cushy position in life don't do everything in their nature to do exactly what they love and what they want to do. Like for me, for an example, I was raised in a house with a single mother, and financially, stuff wasn't always, very secure. But my mom made sure that there's food on the table and a roof over my head, so that gave me the opportunity to have the comfort to pursue what I wanted to do. And since I've been a young man, I've just been hyper focused on creating the life I want, because I understand that there was men like my grandfather who weren't able to do that. So I'm not going to just take the opportunity I have and waste it, because that is a slap in the face to the men and women that came before you that didn't have that opportunity. So it kind of bothers me to my fucking core when I see people that have a super comfortable, situation. Shit is, fine. Like they don't ever have to worry. And they know that their parents could, buy them out of some shitty situations. And yet they waste their fucking life away. They pursue a job that pays the bills, or they just go with the first job that fucking presents itself. They ignore when the question is asked, what do you want to do with your life? They ignore the first thing that pops into their head and the first thing that comes from their fucking heart. And they just go with what might be cool, what their friends around them are doing, or what, comes the easiest to them. That is a fucking slap in the face, because if your situation is comfortable, you should be pursuing exactly what you want to do. And fuck money, fuck vanity, fuck it all. Do what makes you happy, and money will follow, right? I believe that. Have I experienced that yet? No. But do I believe that? Yes. And at the end of the day, I believe if you put enough work in, you could at least pay your bills doing what you love. Can you make millions from it? I think so. If you really truly love something, and you take it and try to be the absolute best at it, I think millions will come. But let's say at the very least millions don't come, and after 10 years of it, you could just pay your bills. That is a whole lot better than just paying your bills doing a fucking job you hate. When you wake up every day miserable, and 5 days out of the week, you're just dragging yourself to and from work and living for the fucking weekend. That is a wasted fucking life. And I speak passionately about this because that bothers the fuck out of me. I would rather be 50 years old and still trying to do what I love to do and be a fucking broke loser, but at least I wake up excited to continue to do what I'm passionate about, than be 50 years old, make, 100 grand a year, 80 grand a year, and wake up 5 days out of the week wanting to fucking drive off a cliff. That sounds so fucking miserable to me. And I am aware that I am blessed that I have an amazing support system in my family, like my mom, my sisters, my dad, my girlfriend. They all support me doing exactly what I want to do. Okay? They support me in chasing my dreams, and I'm fully aware that there's people that don't have that support system, and or they don't have the financial situation around them, or they have other factors that play into restricting their ability to do this. So again, look around. If you have a support system, or even if you don't have a support system, but you have a roof over your head and you have food on the table, and you're a healthy young man or woman, fucking do what you want to fucking do, okay? As long as you're not harming other people. Chase exactly what you want to do. And I understand there's parents that might come along the line that's like, you should go do this. This is a lot safer. At the end of the day, if it goes how it's supposed to go, as morbid as this sounds, parents pass away, okay? And I hate when people make decisions off what their parents' advice is. Now, parents could advise you to do something that would be smart. Don't completely ignore them. But if they're shitting on your dreams, at the end of the day, they're going to die, and you might live 30, 40, 50 years after they die, and you're going to live that being fucking miserable because while they were still here, you listened to what their goals for you were, and a lot of times that could be them living vicariously through you. So do what you want to fucking do, okay? And do it because there's men and women that came before you that weren't able to do it. That's my rant. My camera's about to die, so yeah. That being said, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace, and chase your dreams.